Hello! Right, we're back with the Vtoman FlashSpeed power station today we're going to test the jump leads, because they have arrived. It has jump leads with that weird connector. Right, there it is. Let me see if I can see. Big, your normal big pin, but it's also got a little pin that I don't believe connects in, because I don't remember seeing the inside. I think it's just to prevent you plugging anything else in there or getting the polarity wrong. Right, so we've got the jump leads, so we'll go and do the jump testy bit in a minute. The other question somebody asked was about its UPS abilities. And I managed to find my old oscilloscope, which I've got plugged into the AC socket in the least dangerous way I could think of, with the probes into the Chinese death adapter. So this is going to be my load for the UPS, because, well, use your imagination, you'd have it connected to a computer. This is about as the worst possible thing I could think of, because it's actually an inductive load, not an inductive load would be right, because it would be a switching power supply. Anyway, at the moment it's plugged in and consuming 5.7 watts of power because it's fully charged. Right, so let's turn on the AC. Right, go on, wake up, and then wake up the AC. AC wakes up, and the output of the AC is a beautiful sine wave there. I'll bring you down so you can see my thing, because it's old. Come out the thing, there we go. Right, here we are, a lovely sine wave, and it's currently outputting 244 volts. Is there not an option in this where you can show the frequency? Is that a thing? No, because it's in auto mode. You just press auto and it lets it do its thing. I thought it would show the frequency. Maybe there is. I can't remember how to work it. It's yeah. But the main thing is we can see the up and down waves and not Although, for computers and other such things, a modified sine wave doesn't really matter, because if you think about it, all your switching power supply is doing is taking the sine wave and making it DC. So if it's already choppy DC to start with, it's not going to really care when it turns into DC. But anyway, I digress. Right, so that's on. So let's turn on our load. So this is our load. A nice 200-ish watt load. And then we're going to switch off. Well, the sine wave hasn't changed, that's a good start. So we'll switch off the AC power. We should position this better and see it switch over to... It switched the output. Right, let me press. The output's no longer. Brother. That is now the AC ripple from the output. It says it's 70 volts. Well, that's roughly a 70 volt AC wave. Oh, okay, that's does it get better if we turn the load off? It does. Guessing there's a bit of old inductive feedback from the large spinning mass. So you'll probably be alright with a switching power supply, but we've gone back to being a... Oh, well, that's interesting. Granted, obviously we've only got that weird feedback load because of the thing. Well, in that case, let's remove the spinning mass of inductiveness and replace it with a halogen heater, shall we? Right, this is still on, but that's fine. Right, take you. Remove you from the equation. AC waves gone back to being normal. Set that on the floor. Bring up our old trusty halogen heater. And then we can load it up as well. If I set that there, point its halogen over that way, you can still see, right? Yeah, you can still mostly see. And then we'll plug that in, right, and turn it on. Yeah, okay, so our output wave doesn't change this time. Let's give it a full load. Right, that is 1200 watts of power. And that's an odd output. I mean, it's not an odd output, it's stabilised now. Right, it has stabilised. It's just the same waveform it was before. Right, let's try the old switch between. Yep. Switchback wasn't flawless. I was going to say, shame you can't see the... I know, I'm going to do it again and let you see the waveform as it does it. Oh, actually, let me do it the other way first. Let us hold this here, point you at the oscilloscope. Let me see if I can do this without... And then, right, this is us switching the power off. Right, that's it switched over onto, you know, battery power. Which seemed fairly flawless. That to switch to battery power was fine. And then we'll switch back to mains, and then you can see it doing its thing. That was the switchback, and the halogen heater definitely flickered as it switched back. I think my auto just needs more auto. I don't know why have I pressed the thing to change the... Is that me? Yeah. Okay, that was just me. But yeah, okay. Right, good. Well, it's doing the thing. Smashing. Switch back to... Wait, is the mains on? Oh, that is the mains on. Smashing. Even better. Right, so it appears the UPS is absolutely adequately UPS-y. Down. Off. Okay. Its little brains... I don't know why the display's flashing the way it is. Look, the 99 capacities. That's... The last 9 is doing weird stuff. Let me just turn the AC off. Does that help? No, not really. And it is consuming. Ah, I wonder if it's balancing. I wonder if it's flashing that last digit and it's balanced, because it's 99% charged and it's now just trickling the wattage in. Perhaps that is what that is. And it is trickle charging. And now that means we've found this. We can actually test the waveform of other power supplies. If and when we get them, we can test them again. Smashing, right. Okay, I'm just keep that as is, and where's the on off button on this? Off, turn that off. Right, let's go and see if we can jump start something. Right, well, here we are on the, well, I thought we would try the biggest engine that I've got that we could possibly jump start, a 4.3 litre V8 in the Lexus. Now, this battery is dead. It is dead. Where is negative and positive? Can you see on there? It's got a whopping 6.6 volts. 666 volts, that's handy. Right, first things first. The power station itself is obviously very large and very heavy. So jump starting is not its first and foremost job. It is a slightly added benefit. Let's face it, you're not going to hump that into the engine bay of every vehicle you go to. But if you're away camping perhaps, and you were, you know, stuck at the side of the road, at least this would give you some option of perhaps getting back to a working vehicle in civilization. Right, let me set that there. And then there's almost enough room to connect that on, nearly. Right, it sees a battery. Right, for this, I'm going to use the boost function, which is the button on there, because it's supposed, I'm assuming it's supposed to detect a voltage drop and then turn the thing on, but the Lexus won't let you turn the key unless there's actual power. So let's give it power. Right, so that's it now got 13 and a bit volts, hopefully. Come with me. Right, that's doing its thing. We'll go around. Hopefully we'll have lights in the dashboard. Yes, we do. Smashing. And we can put the key to position 1. Happy days. Ready, start. Hey, it works. The Lexus is running. It even stays running if you disconnect it. Now you just have to hump it off your engine. Thankfully for us, the Lexus engine is, well, it's a V8 and it's nice and smooth, so you can sit your, and it's big and flat, so you can sit your power station on top of it and it doesn't rattle off as soon as the engine starts. But either you'd need a help or a friend or something to sit it somewhere while you jump start things. But it has done the thing. It has jump started a V8, 4.3 litre V8 Lexus engine, so anything smaller than that should be fairly trivial, and that was with a dead battery, 6 volts, nothing on the dash. So yeah, that works, it's a win. Right, so that was the Vtoman FlashSpeed 1500. It jump starts, we've seen it jump start the Lexus. That's 4.3 litre V8, that's as big as, well, that's as big as I'm going to have to jump start. We saw the UPS, it's okay, it's much of muchness, it's probably as good as any other power station for UPSing. Obviously it's not going to be as good as real, you know, line interactive UPS, because there's 3 kinds. There's like the dumb kind, we're just going to call them the dumb kind like this, which basically just switches over to batteries as soon as the power trips. The second kind is, it's got a power regulator, so it takes the voltage that's coming in and tries to make it smooth, and if it goes out above or below the certain voltage, then it cuts into run on batteries. And then the third kind is the kind that takes electricity coming in and always runs off the inverter. So basically, no matter what's happening with outside power, you're always getting the clean AC 220, 240. And that's it. That's no, I've gone on a UPS style type rant here. But hey, yeah, it's a shame the jumper cables do not come with the unit. You have to order them separately. That's a minor peeve. I mean, why don't they just add them in? I mean, if you're going to give it the option of being a jump starty thing, you might as well give the cables away with the unit. Ease of assembly / disassembly. I'm going to give this like a 6 out of 10, because the hardest bits to get back on were these side panels. I did actually snap both bottom tabs on this side. Get in, you have to kind of like fish it under the tabs at the sides and the top clips in, and then you have to bend the bottom bits to get them to go in. But too broke, but it's still attached. It might rattle a little bit. And obviously for disassembly, the fact you'd have to unsolder bits on the board to get everything to come apart. But not impossible, and not all, you know, potted into place so you couldn't repair it. It's just a little bit of effort required. If anyone else has any questions, comments, anything else, anything like that, leave them down below. I will try my very best to answer them. And as always, thanks for watching.